Okay, so today we're going to solve projectile problems. We have a golf ball and we see its path. The path is modeled by this equation, and the question asks, find the time it will take the ball to reach its maximum height. So guys, the vertex is going to be its maximum height. So I'm going to show you how to find the vertex, okay? So the vertex, we're going to do negative b divided by 2a to find the x value of the vertex. Please write down that little formula. So if I look at my equation, negative 16t squared plus 200t, what is my a value? Good. And my b value? 200. Okay, so let's plug that into my formula. The formula is negative b divided by 2a. That is how you find the x value of the vertex. So I'm going to substitute the b and put a 200 in its place. I'm going to substitute the a and put a negative 16 in its place. Okay, use your calculator. We want to figure out what negative 200 divided by negative 32 is. Great, so you guys got 6.25. So let's talk about the meaning of this. This stands for 6.25 seconds. So that means when they hit the golf ball at 6.25 seconds, it reached the highest point. After that, it started to fall down. Okay, now how we find the height, we found the time. If we want to find the height, we're going to plug this into our equation. So I'm going to write our equation again, negative 16 plus 200 times t. So where my t's are, that stands for time, I'm going to put in 6.25 seconds. Okay, 6.25 squared is what? 39.0625. Perfect. We're going to multiply it by negative 16, and then we're going to add what is 200 times 6.25. Thank you. 1,250. Nice. So 39.0625 times a negative 16, you should get negative 625. Finally, we're going to add these together, and you get 625 feet. So guys, that is the maximum height that this golf ball reaches, and it reaches that height in 6.25 seconds. So the only thing that you learned that was new today is how to find the x value of your vertex. You use the formula negative b over 2a. That is how you find the x value in your vertex. Please write that down somewhere. That's important. Your x value of the vertex. All right, next problem. We have a cannonball and it's launching a cannon, or the cannon is launching a cannonball. This is the formula that represents the path that it takes. Again, it wants to figure out what the maximum height is. So that means we need to figure out what this point is, this vertex. We're going to use that same formula, negative b over 2a. What is my b value in this case? Good, 125. And what is your a value? Negative 16. Go ahead and plug that into your calculator. Let me know what you get. Say that one more time. Perfect. So that's how many seconds it takes for the cannonball to reach the maximum height. How will I now find the actual height? Yes, you plug it into the equation. So this is the equation, negative 16 squared plus 125 times t plus 4. We're going to plug in the time. 3.90625, 3.90625. All right, so after this one, I'm going to let you guys use a calculator, the yellow ones. But I need you guys to know how to do this with the regular scientific one. Okay, we are going to round at the very end to get the most accurate answer. Now we're going to do 125 times 3.90625. You should get All right, guys, go ahead and calculate this. Let me know what you get for your answer. All right, great. So this is what you guys told me you got. We're going to round to the nearest hundredths place. So this will be 248.14 feet. So that means the cannonball was launched and it took 3.9 seconds, which you can round this to, if it asked you for that, you can put 3.91. So it took almost 4 seconds for it to reach its maximum height. All right, next example. We have a kangaroo here, and it jumps, and then it lands on the ground again. This is asking, what is the maximum height of the kangaroo? So you're trying to figure out where it will be at the maximum height. I'm going to let you guys try this one on your own. Good job, guys. Okay, so this is your answer. All right, so guys, listen up. You guys learn how when you have an object that is flying through the sky, you know how to find the height. You know how to find the vertex. You can find the maximum height and the time it takes to get to the maximum height. Yes? Yes. Okay, now let's go learn another skill. Let's go back to number 3. We answered A because A wants to know about the maximum height. We answered that. Now let's answer part B. Part B says, how long will it take the cannonball to reach the ground? So guys, look. I want to know when the cannonball is going to land right here and hit the ground. That means we are going to look for the x-intercept. So we're going to use the quadratic formula, okay? So let's figure that part out. I want to know when the ball is going to hit the ground. That means I'm looking for the x-intercept. Let's use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So, so guys, the a value is negative 16. The b value is 125. The c value is 4. So let's go ahead and substitute all of the things in my formula. This will be 125, 125, negative 16, 4, negative 16. All right, so let's figure this out together. We're going to simplify. 125 squared is 15,625. 2 times negative 16, that's negative 32. Now, guys, notice I have 2 negatives. So when I multiply, this will become a positive. 4 times 16 times 4 is 256. Okay, so let's go ahead and simplify this a little bit more. We have negative 125 plus or minus the square root of 15,881 divided by negative 32. You guys should be following along in your blue calculator so that you know how to find these numbers on your own. Okay? Now, we're going to take the square root of that. Can someone tell me what the square root of that is? 126.019.
8397.
8397. Lots of numbers. Divided by negative 32. Now, guys, listen. We are talking about time. The quadratic formula will give you two answers. One where you have to add and another one where you're going to have to subtract. So think with me really quick. To save you time, let me show you how to think about this. A negative minus a negative divided by a negative will become positive. Yes, because a negative and a negative, we're going to have a negative in the numerator. Over a negative will give you a positive. So you want to use the subtraction. Okay? All right, so guys, go ahead and type this into your calculator. What is negative 125 minus 126 divided by negative 32? Let me know what you get. Yes. What'd you guys get? 8448.
I know.
7.84436.
Okay, but we can round, right? Okay, so this is your answer. 7.84 seconds. So guys, that is how long it takes for the ball to land. Okay, actually I didn't. What numbers did you guys get for this? 7 point what?
8.
Oh, okay. 7.844. Okay, so it should be 7.84 seconds. That's what I have on my paper.
Miss Lewis,
Yes.
I have a question for the other one that we did, the one after this one. So when
Okay, looking at number 6. We're looking at an arrow that is being shot from a bow. This is the equation, but notice it is not completed for us. So let's read this. It says that they launched the arrow at a height of 4 feet with an initial velocity of 150 feet per second. It tells us that V stands for the initial velocity. So guys, what is my initial velocity? So guys, let's write the equation. For V, what should I be putting? 150. That's what they said the initial velocity is. And then they said S is the initial height. So guys, for this S, what should I be putting?
7.
4. All right, so guys, that's the answer to question A. It says write an equation to model this. So we found it. This is what the height is equal to, this equation. Okay, now, question B. It says find the height. So we're solving for H, the height of the arrow 7 seconds after it was shot. What do you think we're going to do?
Plug it in.
Exactly. So we're going to erase time because we want to know how high it is at 7 seconds. Guys, go ahead and solve that. Ready, go. All right, good job, guys. You should have gotten 7 squared is 49. 150 times 7 is 1,050, and then a plus 4. 49 times a negative 16. What did you guys get? Negative 784. Now you're going to add 1,050, 4. We combine those. And what did you guys get? 270 feet. Perfect. So guys, that means the highest the arrow reaches, actually not the highest, after 7 seconds. So in 7 seconds, it reaches this height. 270 feet in 7 seconds. All right, next example. We have a soccer ball. Someone bunts it with his head, and it's modeled by this equation. The question says, what is the domain and range of this function? So guys, whenever we talk about domain, we're talking about the x-axis from here to here. That means from 0 seconds to however long it takes to land. That's your domain, okay? When I talk about the range, I'm talking about the lowest point of the ball is down here when it lands. That's at 0 feet. All the way up to here. That's the highest that it reaches. So that would be my range. So we're using the same formulas that we have been using. So first, let's go ahead and find how high the ball can go. Yes.
Before we do anything.
Okay, so to find the maximum height, we're going to find the max. We're going to find the max. So we have to do negative b divided by 2a. For this scenario, what is my b value?
12.
20. What are you looking at?
Oh.
There we go. Are you on problem 8?
No, I'm looking at question 7.
Okay, you would have been right for that one. All right, so guys, plug that into the formula. Your calculator. Let me know what you guys get. 0.625. That's how long it takes to get to the highest point. How do I figure out the actual highest point? Yes, exactly. So here's my equation. Negative 16. Plug in 0.625. 0.625. Let me know what you guys get for the maximum. Very good job, guys.
Yes.
12.75 feet. Okay, so that is the highest that this soccer ball goes. And it gets there in 0.625 seconds. Okay, so guys, that means the range, the lowest this ball will go is when it hits the ground at 0. So it goes from 0 to, what was the highest point? 12.75. So that's my range. We answered half of the question where it asks for the range of this function. Okay, I'm going to pause here. I want you guys to figure out how to figure out the domain. Okay, just a quick hint. Your domain is from 0, because that's the time it starts at, 0 seconds. How long does it take for it to land? That's going to be your domain. So your domain will be from 0 to however long it takes to land. And you guys are going to use which formula to figure that out?
Quadratic.
There we go, quadratic formula. I'll be walking around. All right, so walking around, a lot of you guys had it. Let me catch you guys who might have typed in something wrong. So 20 squared is 400. I have 2 negatives right here, so I know it's going to turn positive. 4 times 16 times 6.5 is 416. All divided, the whole thing being divided by negative 32. Okay, so we can simplify this a little bit further. This is negative 20 plus or minus the square root of 816 divided by negative 32. What did you guys get? What did you guys get for the square root of 82? Point.
57137.
Y'all. Okay, I'm just gonna stop. What did y'all get? Another 7? Okay. All right. all divided by negative 32.
But I thought.
Yes. Okay, so listen, guys. I'm going to do negative 20 minus 28. What do you guys get? Negative what? Negative 48 something? Divided by negative 32, you should get positive what? 1.52. Perfect. So guys, that means we start at 0 seconds and we're timing the ball until it hits the ground. And it hits the ground in 1.52 seconds. That means that is your domain. So your domain is 0 to 1.52. You could also write it like this.
0 to.
X is between 0 and 1.52.
What did you get? 1.52.
We got 1.52 from the quadratic formula.
Oh.
Okay? All right, next example. I'm going to write it up here. Let me pause real quick. All right, guys, for this one, let me draw you a picture of what's going on here. This is your graph. This is time. And this is height. Okay, so we say a baseball is thrown and it is caught 2 feet from the ground. So we have a baseball, it's being thrown and it stops right here where it's caught at 2 feet. Oh, sorry. Right here at 2 feet is where it's caught. Do you guys understand my photo? Okay, so guys, here's the formula for height. If it's caught at 2 feet, they're telling you the height is 2. What should you do? Yes, show me on your paper how you're going to do it.
So we do graph it?
Okay, so guys, they're telling you that the ball was caught when it was 2 feet from the ground. So they're telling you what the height is. So you're put a 2 there. And you need to solve for time because we want to know how long did it take for it to get to 2 feet.
So that's when you do the -2.
Exactly, good. You're going to subtract 2. Okay, now what are you guys going to do? What formula do you need? Yes, quadratic formula.